South Africa, listen carefully. Tonight, the air feels different. There is a heaviness to it, the kind that comes before a storm. Not the storm that wipes away entire cities, but the kind that shakes walls, topples trees, and leaves nations wondering if they will ever recover. What we are living through now is no ordinary chapter in politics. This is not about rallies, smiling faces, or glitzy speeches on television. This is something deeper, more dangerous, and far more consequential. Imagine Parliament itself shaking as if struck by lightning. Imagine the ANC's foundations cracking, loyalty splintering, allies turning into enemies, and the presidency teetering on the brink of collapse. This isn't politics as usual. This is survival. In the streets, taxis still rumble, shopkeepers still call out their prices, and children still run barefoot in the dust. But beneath the noise of daily life, unease is spreading. In homes, churches, hotels, and smoky rooms in Johannesburg and Pretoria, a single question drifts like smoke, impossible to contain. Who is next? Tonight, they are no longer whispers. They are screams. Rumors have hardened into headlines. Behind those headlines lies a truth so powerful and so unstable that it threatens to change South Africa's fate. This is not theater. This is not stage play. This is a high-stakes game unfolding in real time, where every word, every silence, and every betrayal can bring down giants. With one wrong move, the entire map of power can be redrawn before our eyes. Tension sits heavy in the air, suffocating and impossible to ignore. Every South African feels it pressing down. In morning taxi queues, voices drop to whispers. In classrooms, teachers pause mid-sentence, distracted by breaking news alerts. In offices, colleagues gather around screens. Even at dinner tables, families fall silent, the clink of cutlery suddenly too loud. And then the reports break. A top ANC leader is no longer just a suspect. He is staring down the barrel of an arrest warrant. The hunters of corruption circle like hawks, patient, watching for the perfect moment to strike. But this is not the climax. This is only the opening act of something bigger, more ruthless, and more consuming than anyone dares to admit. If this is how it begins, how does it end? How many names will fall before the storm is over? How many careers polished over decades will turn to dust? In shadowy corners of the capital, allies meet in secret. Promises are traded for silence. Old comrades who once fought shoulder to shoulder now weigh their futures with cruel calculation. Loyalty is no longer about ideology, not about struggle or history. It has become a weapon, a currency, a matter of survival. Now picture Parliament. The air inside feels alive, almost physical, like mist clinging to the skin. Doors slam with violence that echoes down marble corridors. Parliamentarians gather in hushed circles, suspicion in their eyes. Every glance carries accusation. Every pause screams louder than words. Phones buzz in hidden pockets. Encrypted messages flash across screens. Some warn, others threaten. Smiles hide betrayal, and silence has become the loudest language of all. A silence born not of peace, but of fear. Meanwhile, across the country, citizens are glued to phones, radios, and televisions. Every new headline spreads like wildfire. Every leak deepens mistrust. Every revelation shakes ordinary people as much as the powerful. In townships and suburbs, hearts pound with the same questions. Who's next? How far will this go? How long before the storm reaches the president himself? Because this is not just another scandal to be discussed and forgotten. It is a political earthquake that topples monuments and redraws the map of power. When the ground shakes this hard, no one escapes, not ministers, not party leaders, not even the president. Inside Parliament, survival replaces politics. Every decision is a chess piece moved on a blood-soaked board. Every word could spark an avalanche. The walls of the chamber, once symbols of democracy, now feel like a trap. What we are witnessing is betrayal dressed as strategy, loyalty poisoned by desire. A deadly contest where hesitation can shatter decades of power in a single night. And beyond those walls, the people wait. They know this fight is not abstract. Every secret deal spills into their lives. It decides whether homes stay lit or blackouts return. It decides whether children find teachers in classrooms or only empty chairs. It decides whether jobs are created or hope collapses into despair. The stakes are measured not in headlines, but in dry taps, closed clinics, and fragile lives hanging by a thread. South Africa, this is your reckoning. Do not look away. Do not treat this as another passing scandal. Stay awake, stay alert. History is alive, breathing in the streets and homes of this nation. The story of tomorrow is being written tonight, and every citizen will live with its ending. The first arrests were sparks, small flashes in the dark. But sparks never die quietly. They seek fuel, they spread. Now fire races across the political landscape, consuming everything in its path. Names once untouchable are trembling. Giants of the past may fall like dominoes, one crashing into another. Alliances built over decades, friendships forged in exile and struggle, may crumble overnight under fear and self-preservation. From the shadows, enemies rise, not strangers, but once trusted allies. The question is no longer whether anyone will fall. That moment has passed. The only question is who, and how soon. Which names will tomorrow's headlines carry? Which careers will end in disgrace, in handcuffs, or in silence? Which leaders will decide that betrayal is safer than loyalty? This is no ordinary upheaval. This is a storm unlike any South Africa has faced before. A storm that twists the meaning of loyalty, shatters the definition of leadership, and drags hidden truths into the light. This is not a chapter in politics, it is the rewriting of the book itself. A rewriting of South Africa's political story for generations to come. And when the dust settles, the nation will not only ask who survived. It will not only remember who fell. South Africa will look in the mirror and confront a more painful question. What kind of country is left behind? Will it be a nation tainted by betrayal, weakened by corruption, scarred by mistrust? Or will it be a nation that finally demanded the truth and rebuilt on the ashes of accountability? That answer has not yet been written. It waits in the trembling hands of leaders in dark corridors tonight. It waits in the courage or silence of citizens tomorrow.